Hey, what's up YouTube? Will here from Will Brown Art, and today I'm gonna tell you guys all about my amazing art van, what I've been up to, because we are just about to launch out on some amazing journeys with this art van. I've been doing a lot of modifications, a lot of projects, mechanical work on it, getting it ready so we can travel around, display all kinds of art. If you haven't seen this before, this is my art van, and I turned it into a traveling art show. So I put art pieces in the windows here, and then I can display them. I'm gonna be painting out my Patreon account right here, my contact information for sales, and I'm gonna be putting my children's books right here. Got a little donation hole on each side of the van right here. Some big signage advertising the art show and advertising my YouTube channel. Come around to the front here. I actually rolled out and just completely remodeled this. I painted it, I rolled it out with the exterior Rust-Oleum. Looks pretty good for a makeshift paint job. Over here is the same signage. These are just ladder racks that I installed here. Once again, got another donation hole. Let me take you on the inside here, and then I'll tell you some of the modifications I've been doing on it and the work, getting ready for our adventures. When you first come in, sit down. It's by the way, it's an 83. It's a 1983, so it's old school. And it's got the basic old school stereo here, or radio. And I'm gonna be installing in the future when I get time. This is not priority. This aftermarket one that I pulled out of my Blazer that I sold. So I'm gonna be putting that in and some good speakers when I get time. It's not priority, like I said. I might as well show this to you guys while I'm here as well. I'm gonna be putting like a little basket here, so this stuff can come over. Got some hand sanitizer, trash here. My dog Otter, his bed is right here as well. Got his food, a whole bunch of curtains that go around, which create the backdrop for the art show, but also creates privacy inside of here. And I could bring the curtains all the way down to the ground. I just kind of got them, you know, tucked up in the side here. And you can watch the build of this art van if you're interested in this. You can watch the build of this art van on my YouTube channel. I have like 4 videos showing the build of it. So I want to do a quick update here, kind of filling you guys in on the modifications as of, you know, coming into this summer for us to take off and go on some big adventures. So this door has been secured, so you cannot open it, and it's permanently closed because I use it as an art show once again display. I didn't have time to fix the bed, so I apologize, you guys. Well, it's not that I didn't have time, it's just that Otter here was fiercely protective of his nap time. We went on a big, huge walk this morning, and now he's just soaking up the blankets and the pillows and, you know, protecting his bed and having good rest. He's a good boy, good dogger. This is my traveling companion, Otter. You got the back doors open right now. As you can see, I got the brackets in these windows so I can display art as well. And I actually put together a little bit of a list to go over to talk to you guys about what I modified. That's my emergency toilet right there. And I have a bed that I built here, but I'm gonna be ripping this out. And I just got this mattress right here, and it works out really good. And I'm just gonna be building out some shelves right here and then just putting the bed in the middle because I'm 6'4", so I can't sleep this way. I wish I could. I wish I wasn't that as big as I am, because that would save a ton of space. But you guys will see me do that in the future videos. But for now, I will go over what I've been up to, getting ready, trying to get this set so we can go on our journey, because we have done a lot. Oh man, so many plans, you guys. So, art van video. I put together a little bit of a list here to talk about what we've been doing on this art van, so you can stay caught up on all the different modifications. Good boy, Otter, good dogger. So I replaced the muffler, and I took it to a shop to do that just because I wanted it to be tight and good. One of the main things that was really bothering me was there was an exhaust leak, and when the mechanic took the muffler off, the whole top of it was just blown out. He rusted away or something. So all of that exhaust was coming up, and also the heat from that, because the exhaust coming out of your engine and your exhaust manifolds coming down through your exhaust system is it's super warm. It's like crazy warm. So I was wondering why the floor above my muffler was getting like really warm too, like more than normal. And apparently the whole top of it was missing. So it was just blowing out right there. So I got that replaced. Huge, 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 huge. It made a giant difference. But then I was still smelling some exhaust, and I went down and I checked the muffler, and where he connected it at a point, I could see, I took like a feather down there and some stuff that would be affected by the exhaust coming out, and I could see it blowing as the engine turns over. And so I took it back into the shop, and then I got it welded down there as well. So that's all taken care of. But that also led me to question some of I can't speak, I'm sorry guys. There's this bug flying around my face. Okay, that got me to question some of the other exhaust leaks that may be on the vehicle, because I don't want to take it super far and just be breathing in this exhaust. I just adopted this amazing little dog, and I want to keep him safe as well. So I went over the engine, and I knew there was one area on the valve cover on the top of it. There's this little filler tube, and it also takes like the blow-by out of the engine and recycles it back into the intake and all that. So that right there was extremely loose on this car, or this van. So as it was, the engine was running, this exhaust was just like, you had like, a half of an inch or a quarter of an inch of play on that facet, or that piece that goes into the valve cover, and the gasket needed to be replaced anyway. So I myself did the valve cover gasket, and I replaced and modified that little piece so it's snug and it's tight and it's secure, and there's no exhaust leak coming from up there. When I was doing that, the bolt that holds the doghouse, and the doghouse is the cover that goes over the engine, that bolt, it goes down and it bolts into the floor of the van, and that actually snapped and just broke out of there. So I had to end up going and getting some hardware, and I just got a pretty simple bolt and a washer and some lock washers and some big old washers to secure that for now. And in the future, if I do like exhaust manifold gaskets or something, when the exhaust manifold is separated and I got a little bit of play there, I might have at that point someone just weld a little stud there where I can just screw it down and fasten it into place. Something along those lines. So I appreciate the help on Facebook. My buddies who messaged me on some different ideas of how to fix that. That was most helpful. Thank you guys. And so I did that, and then the windshield wiper on this van too, there's a piece where it broke. I could show you guys, it would be easier than explaining it, but basically it broke where it holds the wiper, and what's it called? The automotive shops didn't have the replacement for all of it. So I just took a bolt and some lock washers and washers and stuff and stuck that through there, and it was easy fix, and it works great. So I did that. That was repaired over this last month. I pumped up the tires, checked the tire pressure. I secured the signs that run up top and say Art Show, Will Brown Art. Those, when you're going about 70, it had a little bit of a play. It would shake a little bit, and I don't want that vibration because it's held in by a bolt and some big washers, but it's wood going through the ladder racks, the metal of the ladder racks, and that's all held together, and I don't want it to be wiggling and shaking because then cracks can form inside of the wood and the sign up there. So I ran some support wood behind it, and it's a lot more rigid and stiff now, so when it encounters higher winds, it can handle it a little bit more. So I did that. Let's see, I pumped up the tires, secured the sign. I did an oil change with the oil filter. I also replaced the washer for the oil drain bolt, which was huge to get all of that done. I mean, the old oil in here definitely needed to be changed. I cleaned the van, even though it might not look like it so much, but I did clean it out, and I'm still going through a handful of, I got a big box right here full of art stuff for my children's books, which there's a link in the description below to my children's books if you're interested in checking those out. I write and illustrate my own children's books as a traveling artist. And I got another bin over here and a big thing of art stuff here. That majority of this I can take out because I still need to make room for a cooler and a few other items before I leave and head on some of these big adventures. So I cleaned the van, I replaced the doghouse bolt like I said, I washed the windows because you want the windows to be really clean, and I put Rain-X on them as well. That way I'm displaying art, I'm running an art show inside of my van and traveling around, so I want good visibility. And when it rains, I want people to be able to walk by and be able to see my art and be like, oh, that's cool. If nothing else, I'm going to subscribe to his YouTube channel, even though I don't have time to like sit around in the rain and look at his art, right? So I did that. I got a new mattress, like I mentioned. So thanks so much for the donation, because somebody actually donated this to me and it was like new, and it made a huge difference for sleeping in here, for comfort. As you can see, Otter is just digging it. He's loving it. I cleaned out the cooler. I had a cooler, and it's with my tiny home. And so if you guys don't know, I built a tiny home, and I'm planning to travel all over the United States and go hunt rocks, minerals, crystals, all kinds of stuff at all these different mines, go and hike and paint all the most beautiful areas as an artist, document it all, make all these YouTube videos of the adventures of Will and Otter. So I built a tiny home, and I had my cooler there, and I went to my tiny home because I built my art van as well as like a publicity stunt, basically. And it's really sweet, and it's awesome as I save up for a big truck for my tiny home. So anyways, so I got the cooler and I cleaned it out because a bunch of slugs got up in there over winter. It was sitting outside and they like pooped in there and stuff. So I cleaned that with bleach really good. So the cooler's basically ready to go. And so I can store my food inside of here with some ice, my perishables, those kind of things. Let's see, washed the windows, got a new mattress, cleaned out the cooler. I'm building new shelves, and this doesn't have to happen right away. But like I said, I want to center the bed right in the middle, and then on the side, I'm going to just build some basic shelving, and it's really going to help with, you know, having the curtains come down and then be able to be tucked away on the top of that shelf, like get a little area that kind of clamps to them. And that way, when I'm driving, the wind coming in through the windows doesn't like shake the curtains and blow it all over the place. They're more secure as well. And then I'll have a place for everything to go, because I'm traveling with art supplies, food, all the basics, stuff for my dog, tools, you know, all of the extra food and stuff, and the storage that goes along with it, camera equipment, all of that stuff. And I need a place for everything, and keep everything organized in such a small area would be extremely beneficial. So got that, or I'm going to be getting that built in the future, but it's not a huge priority right now. I just want to get out to Diablo Lake, to some of the different places up in the mountains here, and make some amazing videos for you guys. And so we're getting there. We're getting so close. Let's see. I want to modify windows to hold crystal paintings. So something I've been doing, and you can look at some of my other videos to see my crystal paintings. I've been inventing a new type of art. It's new as far as I know. And so these brackets that I have on the windows here, I need to modify them so they hold paintings and these crystal paintings even more securely. And there's not a lot of vibration slash them moving, opportunity for them to break or be damaged at all. I want them to be very secure. So that's something that has to happen right away before I fill up the windows and take off, because I'm going to spend the gas in this big old beast of a van to drive super far. I want to have the windows full of art. I want to have the signage done and completed on the side, and so I'm able to advertise and to be able to sell art and to be able to help cover my cost as much as possible. So yes, I'm going to modify the windows. I also did the negative battery terminal. The whole thing I replaced. It was super corroded, and if you turned it at a certain angle, the car wouldn't start. The engine wouldn't start at all. It was all messed up, so I replaced that all the way down to the engine block. Let's see, negative, okay, so new fuel filter. I put a new fuel filter in as well. Positive battery terminal, I replaced that and that whole system right there. Positive battery terminal, new plugs, new spark plugs, and new wires. I went around and did all 8 of them. Fixed an old vacuum leak. Yeah, so I did that as well. There's a pretty significant vacuum leak that I found, and I just got a little rubber cork that I plug it with right now. It's in the future I'll come up with a little more of a efficient scenario for getting that done permanently, but it works for now, and it gets me down the road. So extra battery station. So something I'm going to be getting in the future as well is I'm going to buy, because I have a battery here and I can plug in my stuff into the cigarette lighter to charge my phone. But something I'm trying to get is like one of those small portable battery stations that people take camping, so I can charge it. I can like put it in a backpack, bring it to a Starbucks with me, charge it, plug it in, and charge it, charge all my stuff, and then I can have my my computer plugged into that when I'm editing. and saving video, and I'm going to be shooting so much video as we go on this adventures. You guys look out, like, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I'm about to document everything, and it's going to be freaking awesome and epic. So to have one of those portable power stations would be great when I'm kind of just way away from everything, off in the woods or something. That way I can at least turn on my computer, save all my footage from my computer into basically an external hard drive. And so that's another thing I got to get, is get a good external hard drive. I'm going to probably try to get like a 2 terabyte external hard drive here soon. Let's see, what else? Vacuum leak, extra battery station, fantastic fans. In the future, I'll be pulling out the roof panels and putting wood and like a thicker, more appropriate insulation. I got the roof painted white, and I painted the van white on purpose because I wanted the contrast of the signs to bounce off the white, so the black and the white and the red and that whole look going on, so there's a lot of visibility as a traveling billboard and art show. But I also wanted the white because it doesn't attract so much heat, and I got to keep it cool in here. But one of the things I can do is when I replace the roof panels here, I can run LEDs and get rid of these old insufficient lights, and run some switches, some light switches up front, so I can turn the light off and on despite if the doors are open or closed, because they got little switches on them as well. And that way, if I want to leave the doors open but I don't want the lights on, then I just, switch the switch kind of thing, and then I'll run LEDs, and then I'll put fantastic fans. I'm thinking one in the back and one in the front, so I can have one set so it sucks air in and one so it sucks air out, and I can just switch them on real fast. They'll run off the battery, and that will be just fine, and that will cool it down and make sure that I keep Otter and myself at an appropriate temperature, because I'll be over in Eastern Washington sometimes too, and I want to make sure we, can not get heat stroke and not bake in the oven of a van. So fantastic fans, that's going to be something that's going to be important in the future. LED lights and switch, I already mentioned that. Bed and storage, so I already mentioned that as well. So that is some of the stuff that I've been working on. There's a handful of other things I could talk about, you guys, but that kind of fills you in on the gist of what I've been doing on this van, and there's some of the projects and the resources. I've been dumping lots of resources into this, but it's so close now. I mean, as you can tell, we're so close. I got a lot of the basics in here. I got a little stove, propane stove, a lot of the cleaning supplies, the dog food, the dog stuff put together, the tools, the resource, all of it's coming together, and it's just taking a lot of resources, a lot of time to get it all together, but we're just about to launch out, and then it will be just, happy modifications as it's in the budget, and it, works better for me. So that's really it on the Art Van update, you guys, but it's all come together. Thanks so much for watching this. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, throw a comment as what you would like to see happen in the Art Van, or what you're excited for, or what you think of this video. I don't know. And huge thanks goes to my sponsor, Crystal Spirit in Tacoma, Washington. If you're into rocks, minerals, crystals, and more, you'll love checking out their website. I got a link in the description below, and if you go to the actual shop, I got a lot of my art pieces as an artist and a sculptor and a painter and a rock hound and hunter of treasure. A lot of my pieces are displayed there, and you're more than welcome to go check that out. Also, if you tell them that Will Brown sent you, they'll give you a 10% discount, so that is amazing. So huge thanks to Crystal Spirit. Another huge thanks to my Patreons. I'll never forget you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your support. There's a link to my Patreon account below as well, and to my children's books. I already mentioned that in this video, but I'd love for you guys, I just want to invite the world to check out my children's books, and there's a link to my children's books in the description below as well. So huge thanks for watching my videos, and we are about to take off, you guys. We're this close. Everything's coming together. Otter and I are bonding wonderfully, and we're just best friends now, and I've been training him, and he's been doing great, and so we are ready. Oh, he's stretching. What a cute dog. Good boy. So we're this close. We're so ready to taking off, and I'm so excited. I'm just so pumped. I cannot wait. And so I'm just, like I said, just trying to get all the stuff done and budget everything and get it all put together so we can really take off. But this is beautiful. I just open this up and lay here when I wake up. It's nice, huh? And I built a little yard back here, so in the mornings if I want to, I can just stick Otter down there, and it's a little fence that goes around because there's a bunch of big cats that go through this grass here, and I don't want him to get attacked, but he can pee and do his business and stuff. But it's so nice right here, just looking out into nature, and I can't wait until we're parked and we're like looking out and watching the ocean come back and forth, cooking up a meal, doing some art, editing some video, hanging out with the pup. Good boy. All right, guys, thanks so much, and I will talk to you next time on Will Brown Art. Bye.